10 most satisfying machines in the world. It can be a thing of beauty to watch a perfectly crafted series of components working together to complete a task. So let's prepare to witness extraordinary feats of power, adaptability, and creativity as we take a look at the top 10 most satisfying machines in the world. Number 10. Terex Rh-400. Mining on a commercial scale requires hugely powerful machines to remove and handle the vast quantities of materials and debris needed to be sifted through in search of valuable product. One of the most impressive machines designed for this task is the Terex Rh-400. It's the largest hydraulic shovel available, and on its own weighs a whopping 1,078 tons. The shovel on its arm weighs 80 tons itself, and in each scoop it's able to lift up to 85 tons of material, meaning it only needs to do this 3 or 4 times to completely fill a standard-sized mining truck. With the ability to move up to 9,900 tons per hour, there's some serious engineering behind this beastly machine. The hydraulic system that makes this possible contains 3,400 gallons of fluid, and it's connected to several heating systems throughout to ensure that it can operate in cold temperatures. There's very little that the Rh-400 can't dig through, and it's amazing to watch it in action. Number 9. Gyratory Crusher. It's one thing to separate the rock that contains the valuable material within it, but it's another thing to entirely extract it from the rock fragments, and that's where a gyratory crusher comes in. These machines are designed to crush pieces of rock into even smaller particles that can then be examined through. Crushers like these are made up of a concave surface and a conical head, each of which are usually lined with strong surfaces such as manganese steel. The conical head moves in a slightly circular way without actually spinning. This gives it an erratic path of movement that presses up against the concave surface. Any rock that's in between the two will be ground down until it's small enough to fall out through the exit hole. They'll be used for either primary or secondary crushing depending on the particular material that's being handled. It's surprising how much force can be generated with machines like these, and they're able to crush virtually anything. Number 8. Gyrotrac 140. Sometimes there's no avoiding the fact that trees simply have to be moved out of the way due to a construction project that's about to begin or because they're causing damage to other structures. And rather than spending a long time cutting them down, the Gyrotrac 140 can do the job in minutes. It's a steel track mulching machine that proudly uses less weight and less fuel to complete the same task as the nearest competition. As a result, does this with lower ground pressure so the impact on the surroundings is lessened and the resulting mulch is finer and easier to use. The reason this is possible is because Gyrotrac uses planar teeth on its cutter, which shred through the wood in an instant, and cuts each piece to a similar size without the risk of being jammed like you get with a flail-type blade. After taking the main part of the tree down in the first place, the cutting drum is positioned so all the operator needs to do is drive back and forth, and it will wear down the stump of the tree, as well as carving the trunk and branches into tiny pieces too. It's both fun to use and to watch, but the company quite rightfully goes to lengths to remind operators that it should only be used sparingly on sustainably replaceable species of trees. Number 7. Event Cleaner. We've all been to large events, whether they be festivals, celebrations, or protests, and seeing the huge amount of trash that's left in the fields or streets after the crowds have moved away. It can be quite shocking at first, and then you're left wondering how it'll all be cleaned up. The truth is that this job was left to cleaners doing it by hand, or that the garbage would simply be left there. There's a company from the Netherlands that has created an effective solution to this problem and are aiming to drastically reduce the pollution footprint of events like these. All the driver has to do is move around the site, and the hoses will do the rest. Creating a powerful vacuum, they're able to pick up objects of virtually any size and weight, and work on grass, gravel, or concrete even if it's wet. Now, there's something undeniably satisfying about watching them do so. Number 6. Rotary Snowplow. Japan is a country with regions where the world's heaviest snowfalls are seen. To protect the lives of people in these regions, many snow removal technologies have been developed. Snow plowing is a two-phase process. Primary removal, in which a road grader with a scraper-shaped blade pushes the snow to one side, and secondary removal, in which a rotary snowplow blows the snow into the distance. A rotary snowplow is operated by a pair of people, the driver and the operator, who are greatly respected as the operation requires a very high level of skill and experience. The operator uses 7 or 8 different levers to control the angle of the snow removal unit and the direction in which the snow is blown. The driver is responsible for controlling the snowplow's engine output and speed, according to the hardness and depth of the snow. They must function as a single unit. 3 steps make the blower work perfectly. Lower the blower to the surface of the snow, adjust the blowing angle by using the adjusting auger bar, lift the blower to suit the transportation area. Number 5. HPW dust. Construction work and just everyday life creates huge amounts of debris and dust, and most of the time it's completely infeasible to clean up everything that's released. With the HPW Dust high-pressure dust suppression system, however, cleanup is now more effective than ever before. It can be added to a variety of different machines and uses a water mist to contain the dust. On work sites, it's used at the point where the dust is being originally created to lock it into a sludge on the ground, whereas with street cleaners, it's used to trap the dust before it's thrown up into the air and can then be subsequently cleared up. It makes other machines perform far better and results in cleaner environments and air, which are visibly cleaner after the work is finished than they would have been before. Number 4. SAM-100. A New York-based company has invented one of the most awesome machines, which is a semi-automated robot that is able to lay bricks up to 4 times faster than a human can, and it will be commercially ready in September. The semi-automated Mason SAM system costs $500,000 and has taken New York-based Construction Robotics 8 years to develop and test out on construction sites. The system is available to order and features a robotic arm that is able to pick up bricks, apply mortar, and then lay each brick in the desired location to build up a wall, laying between 800 to 1,200 bricks a day. In comparison, a human mason can only lay about 300 to 500 bricks a day. Number 3. New Holland CR1090 Combine Harvester. Released in 2014, the New Holland CR1090 Combine Harvester immediately became the biggest and most powerful one available, and it's still up there as one of the most cost-efficient and time-saving ways to harvest large quantities of grain. On board, it has a 410 bushel grain tank, and the ability to offload this at 4 bushels per second through its 34-foot-long auger, which the company says means that productivity is increased by 15% and less than 0.2% of the harvested grain is cracked. It's also extremely easy to operate, with all elements being controlled from a color touchscreen in the cab, and a multifunction joystick can be used to fine-tune the speed. From starting with a field full of produce, it's amazing to see this combine as it passes by and clears out everything in its path, showing in one place both the power of human ingenuity and the reliance that we still have on nature. Number 2. Road Zipper. The Road Zipper system provides a smarter, safer, and faster way to manage congestion and improve the way people move on the road, today and for the future. This cost-effective, reusable solution uses the barrier transfer machine to lift barriers that can easily reconfigure travel lanes in real time, all while maintaining a secure barrier between lanes, which are used to relieve traffic congestion during rush hours. Many other cities use them temporarily during construction work. The lanes created by the machine are sometimes referred to as zipper lanes. One advantage of barrier systems over other lane management treatments, for example traffic cones or overhead directional lights, is that a solid positive barrier prevents vehicle collisions due to motorists crossing over into opposing traffic flow. A disadvantage is that lane widths can be slightly reduced. Number 1. Kuka OmniMove. The Kuka OmniMove mobile heavy-duty platform can move your XXL loads with ease. The Kuka OmniMove can be controlled manually or move autonomously. Despite its enormous size and payload capacity, it navigates safely, moving virtually independently. You can also optionally expand it with a self-contained energy supply. Specially developed wheels allow the mobile heavy-duty platform to move in any direction, even from a standing start. The sophisticated navigation system, Kuka Navigation Solution, ensures autonomous maneuvering without risk of collision and without requiring artificial floor markings. The Kuka OmniMove can be freely scaled in size, width, and length within a modular system, just the way you need it. The specially developed Kuka OmniMove drive technology, based on the Mechanism wheel, ensures that the Kuka OmniMove can maneuver omnidirectionally. The wheels with individual barrel-shaped rollers can move independently of each other. This allows the Kuka OmniMove to move from a standing position start and to perform translational and rotational motions in the tightest of spaces. It can thus move swiftly and compactly in all directions. Well, that's all from this video. Which one of these machines did you like the most? Tell us your ideas in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe to Tech Rumor for more thought-provoking tech videos.